Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CW Live. My name is Chris Webb, Head of Communications at the CWU. Delighted tonight to be joined by Andy Kerr, our Deputy General Secretary for Telecoms and Financial Services, and also our President, Karen Rose. Good evening to you both.
Hi, Chris.
So tonight's session, everyone, which I can see we're 54 seconds in and over 1,000 people have joined us. That's absolutely fantastic. Tonight's session is a really important one. It's not a big Q&A though. It's more of a statement of intention from the union. And you're going to get some really important messages from Andy and Karen tonight. So what we're asking you to do, though, is to let us know where you're watching from. Let us know that you're back in the union. Let us know that we can count you in the comments, and we'll share the best of those as the session goes on. But without any further ado, to open up, I'm going to hand over to our President, Karen Rose. Karen.
Thank you, Chris, and good evening to all of you. So firstly, in opening, I want to say thank you for all of the work that you've done to date. It's been absolutely fantastic to see so many of you participating in the events and the meetings that have taken place throughout the country, and most particularly for everything that you did in participating in the National Day of Action on the 1st of October, which was a fantastic success. So as Chris has already said, tonight's not a questions and answers session, but it is a statement to the membership, because we're here to announce three things this evening. So firstly, we need you to know that it's now time to significantly up the ante and increase the pressure on BT Group. So we know there's so many of our members out there who have been affected at the moment by the actions the company are taking, and the number of people impacted detrimentally is increasing week on week. And so we are calling on all of you to take part in another day of action, which will be on Thursday, the 5th of November. And this time we need all of you who took part in the activities last time on the 1st of October, whether that was online or on site, to encourage as many of your colleagues as you possibly can to join you in making November the 5th the biggest day of action we've had so far. We have agreed in principle that we will now be holding a national consultative ballot of every member in BT Group. On November the 5th, we will be letting you all know what the timetable is for that ballot. It's not going to commence on November the 5th, but we will set out the timescales on November the 5th, so you know exactly when that will be taking place after that day. So our objective in the coming weeks that we have ahead is to put pressure on BT Group, to convince them to listen to the CWU, to listen to what we're saying as your representatives, and that we get them to change direction, convince them that a change of direction is necessary. We need every member and every representative in this union to engage in and take part in as many of the planned activities as possible. We need you to join in the day of action, support your local branches, get on to the online branch meetings. And most importantly, we have got to build up to deliver the biggest possible turnout and a huge yes vote in a national consultative ballot. We've got to put all of our efforts into doing that. It's time for us to go to work. Unity is strength, and we know together we can achieve change.
Thank you, Karen. That's fantastic and very succinctly put. So Andy, I'll come straight to you if I can. Some major news announced by Karen, obviously led by yourself. We're moving to a national consultative ballot alongside announcing another day of action. This is a significant upping of the ante of the union. Do you feel it's an appropriate response at this time?
Well, absolutely, no doubt in my mind that that's where we have to do this. Yeah, the last day of action was really good, and thanks to everybody who joined in it. But we need to make sure that more people are involved in this one. More activities done throughout the whole of the country, the length and breadth of the UK, in this next day of action. And I'm sure I've every faith in my branch activists, my branch officers out there. They'll come up with some innovative ideas for that day, and it is to show solidarity to BT and to our members that we are together, and that we are fighting this cause together. And the issue itself, what are we doing? So we want a day of action, as Karen says, we want plenty of activity out there. But one of the things on the ballot, and some people have said, why don't you go straight to an industrial action ballot? But we are going for a consultative ballot at this point in time. But that's to show BT that we are together, that our members actually do back the union in this cause. And that's really, really important. Because and I've said before, I get fed up with BT management saying to me from time to time, oh, it's all very well, Andy, you're saying these things, but are you really speaking for your members? Well, I can assure you, I am speaking for my members. I've got it loud and clear, not just from activists, but from ordinary members the length and breadth of the country. They want to up the game here. And it's to show, as Karen says, we need a massive turnout in that ballot, and we won't need a massive yes vote. But that's to show BT quite clearly that we are together, we are fighting this cause, and we won't back off to them. So hopefully it will help give us a bit of leverage in our discussions that we're having with the company. But I still say, as I've said at every opportunity, this is an opportunity for BT to come back around the table, discuss with us. Not to say they haven't been at the table with us, but really to talk seriously about some of the issues and concerns we've got. And if we can get through it, great. But I will say this to you. If we don't get there, we will still, and we still intend to, ballot for industrial action if, in fact, we need it. So this is up in the game, making sure to BT that the CWU are completely united, the length and breadth, as I said. And it doesn't matter whether you've been in the job for a year or been in the job for 41 years. Everybody's together. We're all fighting the same cause here.
Thank you, Andy. So you've heard it there straight from Andy and Karen. I'm going to ask both of our guests a couple of questions, but wondered if you could assist us. So it's so fantastic to see over 4,000 people have joined us online so far tonight, but we need more. So please keep tagging your work colleagues, sharing the link, getting this seen by every single member in BT Group. The other thing you can do, because Andy always makes this point, is that management will be watching the session, no doubt, getting the latest information at the same time you're getting it. Let them know that you're behind the union by simply put, I'm voting yes in the comment box now, and let everyone know that when the consultative ballot paper comes in your email inbox, you will be voting yes. So simply, I'm voting yes, and we'll put them on the screen. Karen, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, this is a major announcement. You can't underestimate the logistics of running and winning a ballot. Will we be able to get resources and materials out to our branches to ensure that they can do the business for us on the ground as well in the next few weeks? Oh, you're muted. You're unmuted now.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, Chris. We've
so many unvoted yes, by the way, before you start. So it's absolutely flooded, which is fantastic. I'm sure you'll both be really pleased to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Look, we've been planning for weeks and weeks now, and we have got all the resources that we would normally have centrally across the union, as well as in the TNFS department. We've got all of those people working for us, behind this campaign. We have planned communications. We've planned the merchandise. We've got all of these plans in place, and there is absolutely no doubt that for the 5th of November, for the day of action, and then for the subsequent balloting period, which we'll announce on the 5th of November, that we will be able to provide as much support and as many resources as the branches and the membership out there need.
Thank you, Karen. Spot on. Andy, I mean, I suppose some people will be saying, I mean, again, I should comment because you guys won't be able to see this because I get it as the admin, if you like, of the session. Hundreds upon hundreds of members saying they're voting yes and they want the ballot paper. That really is uplifting. I know you'll both be delighted. with that, and I'll continue to get more up on screen as you speak. But you confident, Andy, that when we put that ballot paper to our members, that they're ready to back this union over BT Group?
Well, I think that's the question, I suppose, Chris. Is, are you backing your union, or are you just playing the game with BT? Enough is enough, and we've said that all along. This is time to come together, and this union has got a great record of campaigning, and this will continue there. So we've got a lot of experience in doing what we're doing, and that's why we're upping the game. As I said, it might be going a little bit slower than some people would like, but we are making clear that we want everybody to be together. So this is the one where it's a real chance. And I would say this to the activists out there, and I would say it to every member who's out there: make sure you vote, but make sure your work colleagues vote at the same time. It's important that we get a massive turnout in this ballot, and it's we show BT that we really are together. The team members in BT are solid behind the union's claims we're putting forward. So it is really important that we get you to vote. And obviously we want you to vote yes in that ballot, and I'm sure we will. But it's crucial. So when we do announce it, and the reason we're announcing it tonight, if you like, in the 5th of November is the date we're going to have the National Day of Action. We'll give you the timetable then, but it will allow our branches and our members to gear up for when the actual ballot paper arrives with you. So plenty of time to do the work. So the time is right now. Start the campaign. Start talking to your work colleagues, whatever way you can. And we are in a COVID situation, and it's a bit more difficult. People are not meeting up the way they normally do work, but we have managed to get through it through our comms, and I know our branches can do the same thing. But we need to make sure everybody votes in this coming ballot.
Thank you, Andy. So a message to the members, as Andy and Karen said at the start of the session, this is just a short statement. We've come on, we've given you the news, we're stepping things up. We've got another day of action on the 5th of November, and we're launching a national consultative ballot. So that is the news. What you can continue to do, please keep tagging your work colleagues, please keep sharing this link, please keep putting on voting yes in the comments so management see the strength of feeling. No doubt they would have seen the hundreds and hundreds of people who have already done it. So that is really fantastic. What I'm going to do now is go to Karen first and then Andy to give you some closing thoughts and some final messages. Firstly, over to you, Karen.
Thank you, Chris. So I suppose my final message tonight, and as you say, Chris, this is just a short session tonight, just to announce the day of action on the 5th of November and to announce that we intend to launch on that day a consultative ballot. Absolutely vital now that all of our members that are watching tonight, all of our representatives, everybody absolutely spends the next period of time, two weeks, up until it's not quite 2 weeks because it's up until a week Thursday, that we encourage as many people to get involved, including people who haven't been involved in the past, right? Including people that don't normally engage. We need to make sure that we encourage all of the membership to participate in this, because it's absolutely vitally important that we have a show of strength on the 5th of November, and more important, that people participate in that consultative ballot, because we need a huge turnout, all of our members participating, and we need a massive yes vote. So really, the next 2 weeks, you should be spending talking to as many people as you can and encouraging everybody to get involved in this and to get everybody behind this campaign. Everybody should be shouting from the rafters, count me in.
Thank you, Karen. That's brilliant, and I'm sure you've seen the amount of people piling in saying they're voting yes. So that's fantastic. Andy, I'm going to leave the final sort of closing thoughts to yourself as Deputy General Secretary. Over to you, Andy.
Cheers, Chris, and I say thanks for everyone for coming on tonight. Thanks for the work that you've been doing in our behalf. Very much appreciated. But I want to say one big thank you to all our people. I want to thank you for being key workers in this organisation, in this country. You know, when we get stricter rules with COVID in Ireland, certainly in Wales, in virtually there's a whole central part of Scotland, and what's happening in the northwest and the northeast of England and other parts of the country. You know, it's really been close to another lockdown. And despite all that, all our workers in BT are still working every day out there, either in the contact centres, working from home in some instances, but we've also got lots of engineers who are still working out in the field. So a big thank you for me for all the work you do, not just on behalf of this union, but on behalf of this country. And I think BT should remember that, and so should other people in this country, especially the politicians, how we have managed to keep this country running over the last few months. So a big thank you for that. And I say, you know, stick together, speak to each other as we move forward in the next few weeks. I'm sure that if we get our message across, and it is getting across to BT quite clearly, hopefully some people, other people will sit up and listen to what we're trying to say. It's not a first sort of thought is to move into industrial action with the company. We haven't got a record of that. We've been working with the company for 30 odd years without resorting to an industrial action ballot, but that's where it could lead to. So I would say to BT, if you are listening to this tonight, listen to what we're trying to say to you. Actually, pay attention to the union. Stop disregarding us. Stop coming to us with fait accompli. Stop, you know, coming with a big bat hitting us over the head and our members over the head. This is a time to talk and talk reasonably. We are willing to do that, and we want some movement from the company, and you have to do it very quickly. So thanks to all our members. Let's get together. Let's build up over the next couple of weeks. Speak to your fellow work colleagues. Let's have it. Let's make it the 5th of November a date to remember. And let's have the fireworks on that day. But then we'll move on to the ballot. And we hope that you will all vote for it, yes, in that ballot, and encourage your work colleagues to vote yes in that ballot. Only then can we go back to BT and say quite clearly, there's 40-odd thousand people work for you that are in the side of the union. They don't listen to you, what you're saying. They don't agree with what you're putting forward. They agree with what the union's putting forward. This is our opportunity. This is a real opportunity for us to get together. So I encourage you all to do what you can. We will supply you with the materials, the resources, everything you need over the next few weeks. Please do your best to make sure we win.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you to both of you. Some fantastic messages there. Also want to say thank you to our members in literally now lost count into well into the thousands of people who will be telling us they're voting yes. So that's a massive list to all of us at headquarters to see that and know that, you know, we have the confidence of the membership. So thank you. Also, for those of you who have got lots and lots of questions, we're going to have an open reach members special with Davey Bowman and the team. Andy and Karen are going to be back twice before the day of action. So there's tons of chances for you to engage with us. We've got mailings going out. We've got emails going out. We've got loads and loads of communications over the next couple of weeks. So plenty of opportunity for you to input. So from all of us three, good night and get beyond the union. And when that ballot paper lands in your email box, get ready to vote yes. Good night, everyone.